Real talk? When was the last time you stopped, looked at everything you've built and everything you've done, and actually gave yourself credit for it? Hey, friend! This is social selling and systems expert Brenda Ster, and welcome back to Sassy Soundbites, the show where we talk about building your social selling or digital marketing business with confidence, systems, AI, and just a little bit of sass. Today we are talking about gold stars. Not the literal kind, although honestly, if someone sold them in adult sizes, I would absolutely be buying them. I mean the act of recognizing yourself, celebrating your progress, giving yourself credit for showing up in your business, especially on the days when it feels like nobody else is paying attention. Because here's what nobody tells you when you go self-employed. The gold stars disappear. In school, someone handed them out. In corporate life, there were performance reviews, there was a manager, there was at least some version of nice work somewhere along the way. But when you are running your own business, when you are the CEO and the marketer and the customer service rep and the shipping department all at once, you are the only one keeping score. And if you are not actively celebrating your own progress, nobody is. And I want to make the case today that this is not just a feelings problem. This is an energy problem. Your energy is the engine of your business. Without it, none of the strategy works. The best content calendar in the world cannot run on fumes. And self-recognition, the act of giving yourself those gold stars, is not a soft skill, and it is not fluff. It is fuel, actual fuel. So here's what I want you to think about. When you work for yourself, especially in social selling or as a solopreneur, you are putting out content, building relationships, serving customers, learning new tools, and doing the real work of building something from scratch. And most of the time, nobody is tracking that but you. Your followers might notice. Your customers might say thank you. But the person least likely to acknowledge the full weight of your effort, that is you. And your brain notices. Here is the neuroscience of it. When you accomplish something, your brain releases dopamine. That dopamine creates a feedback loop that says, that felt good, let us do more of that. It is the signal that drives momentum. But if you skip the acknowledgement, if you immediately move to the next task without registering the win, you cut that loop short. No dopamine hit, no momentum signal, no fuel for the next push. This is why so many talented, hardworking women hit a wall and call it burnout, when what it actually is a recognition gap. You don't have a motivation problem. You have a recognition gap. And that distinction matters because the fix is completely different. Burnout from overwork looks one way. A recognition gap looks like this. You feel exhausted even when you are getting things done. You always feel behind, even when you are consistently moving forward. You scroll someone else's wins and feel deflated instead of inspired. And you honestly cannot remember the last time you stopped and said, I did something worth celebrating today. Sound familiar? Because I have been there. And the thing that changed it for me was not working less. It was building a practice of deliberately looking back at what I had already done, instead of only ever looking forward at what was still undone. Here are 3 things you can start doing right now. First, the daily win log. Every single day, write down 1 to 3 things you did well, not things you finished, things you did well. Showed up for a hard conversation, sent the email even when you were scared, stayed consistent with your content even when it felt like you were shouting into the void. Those count enormously. Write them down. Second, the weekly proof audit. Once a week, list out what you actually did, not what you planned, what happened. Your brain will try to tell you it was not enough. The list will tell the truth. Read the list. Third, the milestone marker. When you hit something worth noting, mark it. Say it out loud. Write it somewhere. Let yourself feel it before you move on to what is next. Even 5 minutes of saying, I did this, changes something in your brain and in your energy. And here is the AI tip I want to leave you with. Use ChatGPT or your AI assistant to help you write a weekly celebration post. Give it your 3 wins from the week and ask it to turn them into a social post that celebrates your progress and gives your audience permission to do the same. Because here is the sneaky truth. When you celebrate yourself publicly, you are not bragging. You are modeling. You are showing another woman, one who is struggling quietly and wondering if any of this is worth it, what it looks like to honor your own progress. Your celebration is a gift. So, real talk, are you collecting your own evidence? Are you giving yourself the same grace and recognition you would give a friend who did everything you did this week? Because if you are not, you are running on empty and blaming the engine when the real problem is the fuel. Nobody is coming to give you the gold star, but you can absolutely give it to yourself every day for showing up, for building something real, for choosing this path and staying on it. That is worth recognizing every single time. Sassy Soundbites is sponsored by Social Systems Insider, the cozy email membership to make more money in your social selling or digital marketing business by building smart strategies, smart systems, and smart tech. Join hundreds of other insiders who get exclusive new coaching content every Tuesday. Head to brendaster.com/insider to learn more and claim your first month free. See you right back here next week for more Sassy Sound Bites.